Live.
Abby,
Yes,
did we do it? Are we live? Can people hear us?
I think we're live. I think that 9 o'clock at night is maybe too late for me to go live because
Oh, let us know in the comments. Can you hear us? Can you see
yes,
us? Where are you hanging out with us from?
yes. Are you on Facebook? Are you on YouTube? Are you in our Savvy's group? Where are you catching us live? Let us know in the comments that you can see us and that you can hear us. We sure hope so. And I'm really excited just to chat with you. So, this is our Be Bold celebration. We are taking the evening as we do our final countdown of the fall sale. We are hanging out with you here just to celebrate. Honestly, we want to celebrate some wins with you guys. We are going to celebrate some wins of our students, share some of the successes that they are already having inside of the program. Our sale has been open for 2 weeks now, but we are closing the doors to it in an hour. So, let's share some wins. Let's talk about the course. We're going to show you inside of it. We're going to answer those last minute questions if you guys are still on the fence about joining. Maybe you are a SavvySystem student. And so if that is you, let us know that in the chat as well. We want to be here and celebrate. And so it looks like we have Deborah joining us from YouTube, from Texas. We have Jamie on YouTube saying, hi, Abby. Hi, Rachel. We have Alex over on Facebook. So it looks like we are actually streaming. We were having some concerns. Facebook has not been our best friend today, actually this whole past week with live streaming. So we are happy that we are actually able to live stream. So let's go ahead and do this. If you are joining us during this live stream, we love to celebrate here. We love to celebrate wins. So if you have a win from this past week, would you do us a favor and would you share it in the comments? We want to know something that you're celebrating. It may be that you got a client. Congratulations. It may be that you were bold and just told somebody about your business. It might be that you were bold and that you joined the SavvySystem course. It might be that you took one small, bold action, and we just want to celebrate that with you here today. Because when you are here with us, you are part of our Savvy family, and we really want to we celebrate each other. That's just kind of our MO, what we do here. So what is something that you are celebrating this week? Let me know in the comments. Are you celebrating anything, Rachel?
Well, I'm celebrating the over 200 students that joined SavvySystem. And I don't know if you've looked in the group yet today, Abby, but the group, the SavvySystem group, for those of that joined Pro or Ultimate, is on fire. And this is always my favorite time when we have a big influx of students, because people are creating their branding boards, they're deciding their services, they're posting their whys and their mission statement, they're connecting with other students and creating new friendships. It's just so much fun inside of the community. So
yeah, there's a lot of momentum. There's a lot of momentum for sure. I think that, anytime that you are able to join a course or something and it's like at a time when a lot of people are joining at the same time, it's just that extra momentum and excitement, and like momentum is really cool. Like it will push you very far. And so I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving everything that's happening inside of the community. And Erica, thanks. She loves my hat. Visit the merch store. And also celebrating being featured on the spotlight this past Tuesday. Awesome.
Oh, that was such a fun spotlight. We had 3 of our amazing, successful SavvySystem students. Erica's one of them. Abby, she's getting ready to have her second baby, and she has worked so hard inside of the SavvySystem and is taking it at her own pace and succeeding by leaps and bounds. So thanks, Erica, for joining us on Tuesday. And if y'all want to catch a great live, that's a great replay to watch.
Yeah.
Here's some really cool stories.
I think that's really, I love how you said taking this at their own pace. I was actually just on a call with a couple of savvies, and one of them who is looking at transitioning from a full-time job, also has kids at home, to full-time VA. And it's kind of this like, whew, can I do this? Right? Can I actually replace my income? When am I going to find the time for this? So we talked a little bit about the practice of time management, time blocking, all the thing. But at the same time, we talked a little bit about the fact that, like, knowing that you work a full time job, that you have kids at home, that you have all of that, this might take you a little longer. Like, we love sharing success stories. We're going to share some of them here today of the students who have sold out their services super quickly, or I got my first client in 2 weeks, and all those stories, which are awesome. And we love celebrating them, and we're getting them all the time, even now in the community. But what we were sharing there, we were like, if you have a lot going on right now, and so it could take you, like, let's just say it takes you a year. Let's say it takes you 18 months to be able to quit your job. Okay. To have enough an emergency fund, to have enough client work that you feel really, really good quitting your full-time job, because she's like, the main income earner. And so it's like, let's say that that's the case. But in 18 months, you're literally living your freedom life, right? It's like, I understand for a lot of people, like, this is scary, and it's like, will I have the time to do this? And for some of you guys, you will find super, super, super fast success. You have more time, you're able to jump in, you're able to just really, really devote all of yourself. Some of you guys are like, man, you said, Abby, it takes 5 hours a week. I've got 5 hours a week, right? And you may progress a little slower, but if it's forward motion, it's still getting you to your goal. And I think that that's something that's really important, and something worth celebrating too.
Absolutely. And I think too, like, for those of you that are new inside the Savvy System, considering joining the Savvy System, veterans in the Savvy System, this is a lesson we all can learn, is although the community is so encouraging and helpful, and we want those relationships and connections to happen, you have to sometimes keep your blinders on and remember that your journey is your journey. Your situation, where you're living, what your lifestyle, what your freedom life you want to look like, that's all going to look different. And that's the beauty of it. Your story isn't going to play out like Erica's, or like Maria's, or like Jim's. So it's all going to play out different. And embracing your journey and enjoying the path that you get to be on is part of the amazing things of owning your own virtual assistant business.
So good. So good. Well, let's do this. We're going to bring up our screen here. We are going to share a couple slides. Let us know in the comments that you can see them and that you can hear us, because again, we're using a whole new platform right now because our other platform wasn't working.
Well, let us know. We want to make sure you can hear both of us, okay?
Yes, please do. So tonight we are celebrating. It is our Be Bold celebration, and we are here to celebrate you guys. We are so happy that you're here. We're also doing a final countdown because our fall sale does end tonight, and we will not be doing another sale like this until probably January. So we're looking at 2024 until we're going to have anything even like this. So my recommendation to you, if you're still on the fence, like, this is the time to get in. Our team is over in chat, and can answer any questions that you have if you guys are on the fence. Okay, but tonight we're here to party. And what we're going to start out with is some celebrations. So these are Savvy's. These are wins from this year. Okay. These are wins that have happened. Some of them really recently, some of them in the past couple of months, but we just wanted to shout out some of our top students. Here's Margaret, who says, I had my first discovery call ever and was able to have my client sign my contract, pay an invoice the day of the discovery call. So excited. I start working with my client this week. Everybody, shout out to Margaret. Celebrate, celebrate. You want to read the next one, Rachel?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. And yeah, we don't know if y'all can't hear us. If it's quiet for some reason, let us know. Angela, she was okay. Yay. Angela was actually one of the other guests that we had on the Spotlight call on Tuesday, and she started the Savvy System and was able to quit her full-time job and is now a stay-at-home grandma and working her business and doing great. And so this one, win, client number 2, locked and loaded in less than 30 days of launching her business. I now have 2 clients. I'm so thankful that I've been placed in a position to be in a space of doing something that I love. Thank you, Abby, and the entire Virtual Savvy team for creating an amazing system and space for all of us to learn and grow and celebrate one another. So she now has 4 clients. This was all this year, y'all. This happened this year. She has 4 clients. She's quit her full-time job, and she is loving her freedom life.
I love this so, 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 so much. Let's talk about Anza. Anza says, celebrate. I booked my first discovery call today after my first proposal to a job op in the group. I applied while I'm at the hospital waiting for my mom to come out of surgery for breast cancer. I thought, what else are you going to do while you wait? And so I applied, got an appointment set up for next week. I can't tell my mom when she gets out of surgery. Man, this is real life, you know? This is like when we talk about the freedom life, sometimes it's the ups and sometimes it's the downs. Like, freedom life for me was, being able to go and take off on in an afternoon so I could have the whole afternoon to go to my kids' field trip, right? Uh, freedom life also, honestly, I was in not obviously not as difficult of a situation as Anza was in here, but my mom recently had a surgery as well, and I'm sitting there and not like she was in the hospital for days and days, and we sat, and sometimes she was sleeping on a lot of medication, but the fact that I could just be there really meant a lot. And so I would work some as she was sleeping, and then I would get up, and like that's real life, and being able to have that flexibility, that to me is the freedom life.
Oh, it's so good. And we have just countless stories, so many stories of students in various situations. Another one we have on the screen too, Ariel says, thanks to this amazing system, I am fully booked out in less than a month, y'all. I had a goal to work 80 hours a month and I just signed my fourth client. Something too important to note, like you get to make the choice of when you're going to work, how much you're going to work, and how much you're going to charge. And we kind of went over that inside of our challenge 2 weeks ago and in our encore webinar yesterday. But you get to make the choice on what that's going to look like. And it may not be 80 hours a month. You may not have 80 hours a month, right? You take the steps that you can take and go at your own pace.
So good. I love what Johanna says here too. I'm just going to jump down. She had a discovery call with a potential client. Want to share it? I'm going to jump down to this bottom part. She says, I feel so blessed and grateful to be part of this community. I still can't believe I have a virtual assistant business and that services I provide are valued by my clients. Around 6 months ago, I had no idea what my next steps that I needed to do to find a flexible job that allowed me to stay at home to raise my baby girl. And now I do. Like, it's so crazy what can happen in such a short amount of time, right? Like, I think that that's what's really cool. I know for me, when I discovered virtual assistants, it was just like, wait, what? Like, there's an option other than like those little surveys that pay 30 cents, or there's an option other than selling like leggings or cookware to my friends and family. Like, I didn't realize that there was like another option to be able to make real money working at home. And so for me, that was like such a game changer. And it's like crazy what can happen in your life. I never would have imagined, back in 2012 when I'm pregnant with my first child, that years later she's about to turn 10, that I am like doing this thing, that like this is my life now. And it's just so crazy. Let's do this. I don't know. We would love to hear again if you just joined us. We're celebrating wins. We're having a big party. We're talking about the Savvy System. The Savvy System, our fall sale does end tonight. So if it's something that you've been considering, our team is hanging out in chat, right? Like, they are there to answer any questions that you may have before those discounts go away. You can literally save up to $700 off the course if you order tonight. So we thought we would take an opportunity to actually show you a little bit inside of the course. Okay. So again, this is like a new system that I'm learning. So this is a little different than what I'm used to. Let me see. Hey, I did it.
Hey, Abby, quick shout out. Brianna joined live
Oh,
while we were on the call. So I don't know if she's watching us live, but she just joined the Savvy System. So shout out to Brianna.
shout out to Brianna. So awesome. Okay, guys. So I thought that I would just take a moment, whether some of you guys are like current students. Let me know if you're a current student or if you're considering the Savvy System, kind of where you're at in your Savvy journey, right? Let me know in the chat. That way we can tailor your questions. And we're going to do a Q&A time too. So if you have any questions about the course or just about your virtual assistant, maybe you're already in the course, go ahead and drop those in the comments, because we are here to answer questions on this call. I wanted to show you guys inside of the course though, because some people are like, what is it really like, right? Like, what am I actually getting when I join this course? And so the course is so much more than a course, especially if you join at the pro or the ultimate levels. The pro includes our SavvySystem community, which we may take a look at here in a second as well. And so there is so much happening inside of this group, inside of this community, but this is the basis of it, right? Like, this is the foundation of the entire thing, is the course itself. It's 121 lessons, 14 modules. And so here's what I really recommend. I know we have a lot of current students on here, and that's awesome. Chandra said, or Chandra, I don't know if I said your name correctly, said signed up today. Congratulations. So here's what my biggest recommendation for those of you who have joined the course or are thinking about joining. This is meant to be done in a linear fashion, right? Like, one of the reasons that people struggle in their virtual assistant business is because, or with any kind of business, right, is because as entrepreneurs, we tend to be a little bit shiny object syndrome, right? Am I talking to anybody here? We are like, oh, I read this blog post, or I listened to this podcast, and I did this challenge, and I signed up for this email list, and they're telling me to do this. They're telling me to market on LinkedIn. They're telling me how to have a website. They're telling me how to post on Instagram. And so we feel like, well, I'm doing a little bit of everything. And what happens is we get spread so thin that we end up doing nothing well, right? And so our attention is all over the place, and we don't actually know, what am I actually supposed to even be doing here? Has anybody ever felt like that? Like, I know that I have. And so what is so incredible about having a course is that you actually have a blueprint. You will know what you're supposed to do next, right? Like, you're literally going to know, okay, this is my next step, and you can put the blinders on. Like, nope, Abby didn't tell me to start an Instagram. Abby didn't tell me to start a podcast, right? Like, I know the exact next thing that I'm supposed to do. And so that's what having a course like the SavvySystem is. It's that step-by-step blueprint. So we do all of our welcome, our introductions, and then, hey, let's discover your skills. What services are you going to offer? Are you going to niche or not niche, right? And so we actually help you through that, packaging your services. Let's go ahead, and every single lesson, you can see this is like a 20-minute lesson. It's me talking. It's all the things, right? All right, everybody. Oh, hello. And then there's like an overview. Hey, in this lesson, we're going to talk about the 4 different types of pricing: hourly, project, retainer, and usable hours. Did you guys know there's 4 types of pricing? There are, and we teach you all of them. We give you our recommendations, but then you get to choose what type of pricing you're going to do. And then every single lesson also has downloads, has resources for you, right? So this one in particular, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it up, but there's like a workbook that goes along with it. Okay, it's opening up in another tab, so it's not letting me show it on the screen, but this is what it's like to work through the course, right? So we go from everything from pricing and packaging to branding, for processes and assets. When a client says, yes, I want to work with you, then what, right? How do you onboard them? How do you make sure your business is legal by having an EIN number and making sure that you have all of your taxes, you're doing all of that well? Have a contract. You understand your contract. You know what it means to be an independent contractor, because it's different than being an employee. Marketing. We teach you everything there is to know about how to be a good marketer, right? Like, how do most of us are not natural born marketers, and that's okay. You can learn marketing. It's a learned skill. So how do I do value first marketing? This is one of the foundations of our program. It's literally the lesson that teaches you, if there's, how many of you guys have ever seen a job in like our virtual assistant Savvy's group, and there's 50 people applying to that job? Like, how can I compete against 50 people? Value first marketing. That's how. Like, literally, we teach you how to stand out so they look at you amongst all the other people applying for the jobs. But the thing is, that's not the only way to get jobs, right? And so in the next lesson, after we teach you about proposals and discovery calls, we actually go into the different ways to find clients, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's doing market research meeting, local networking events, freelancing websites like Upwork or Fiverr. I know, like, some people are like, ooh, gross. Yes, there are scams, but but we teach you how to actually find, like, scrape the gold out of those websites, because there are really great jobs hiding out even in those kind of crummy freelancing websites. Mastering LinkedIn, job search sites, even Craigslist. We have Instagram. There's more actually on here too. So you can see all the different types of ways to find clients. Now, we're not saying that you should be doing all of these. In fact, please don't. Again, we're taking all that effort from a ton of different places and making it linear. So you're going to choose where's the best place for me to market. What feels great? One person is going to say, I want to do socials. Like, put me on Instagram. I'm going to do great. Another person is going to say, please, no, I don't want to be on social media. Just get me in front of a live, networking event. That's where I need to be. We teach you how to develop a website, virtual assistant lifestyle, which is probably one of my favorite sections because it's like the real life stuff, right? How do I deal with difficult clients? Like, oh, I hate this client. What do I do with them? Well, maybe you fire them. That's one of the lessons, how to fire a client. How do you self-care and balance? How do I make sure I'm not just working all the time, right? How do I ask for testimonials? I really want to get good quality testimonials. We have templates for that, right? We have resources to tell you how to do that. How do I take an extended vacation or maternity leave? I mean, I cannot tell you how many of our students have gone on maternity leave during their business. How do you do that, right? Like the practice of it. How do you raise your prices? How do you scale with a team? Everything from how to hire. We provide subcontracting agreements. So all of the templates and the resources are right here in a linear fashion. And what's so cool is, like, as you're actually doing the assignments without even realizing it, you're building your business. And I think that that's one of the things, I don't know if you would agree with me here, Rachel, but one of the things that I think people get really caught up on is they're like, I don't have the confidence, right? Like, I can't imagine like having a team. Oh my gosh, that's so scary. Or I can't imagine like managing multiple clients. Some of you guys are like, I can't even imagine telling people about my business. What's so cool about the course is that you don't need to have courage to tell people about your business yet. You're not at that step, right? Like, you literally just have to have enough courage for the very next module, for the very next lesson. So I am on the lesson to choose my services. Only thing I have to have courage for is to choose my services. Okay, I'm choosing my services. Now I have to have the courage to put that in a package. All right, here's my package. I don't have to tell a single person about it, right? And what's so cool is that as you're building it, you don't even realize it, but like, you're building your foundation. You're building your courage because you're making these little micro decisions along the way, so that once you get to the point where it's time to tell people about clients, no, you were scared about it before, of course, because you didn't have that foundation. But now it's like, okay, I'm on the lesson to tell people about my business. And you look back and you're like, oh, I know what my services are. I know what my radar is. I know how to do a discovery call. I know what I'm going to say if they tell me my price is too expensive. I know what I'm going to do when they want to hire me. I know how to send out a contract. I know how to onboard them. And it's like, oh, I didn't have the courage before because I didn't have the foundation before, but now I have the foundation. So I'm able to go out and actually get clients. Does that make sense, you guys? Like, you don't have to have courage for step 20. You have to have courage just for the step that you're on.
Yeah, so good, Abby. And I think too, when you were building the course, you did a really good job of it pushing those that are maybe more ready than others. Like, you just drop little things inside of lessons like, okay, are you ready to go do this? Go do this. Like, go for it. But if you're not, like, if you need to go to the next lesson, that's okay too. And I love that the course just meets everybody exactly where you are and wants to continue to help you push just to the very next step. If you could pick one thing, Abby, because you're the course creator, like, what's your favorite part of the Savvy system? And then I'll answer after you.
Okay, so I showed you the assignment. So I've taken a lot of courses. I would consider myself a self-proclaimed course junkie. Like, literally, Melissa, who's our COO, she's in charge of the budget of our company, all this stuff. She'll be going through stuff. She's like, Abby, did you buy another course? I'm like, yes, I bought another course. Okay. Cause I'm obsessed. I think that courses are one of the best ways to get a targeted result, right? But don't buy a course unless you're actually going to do it, unless you're actually going to commit to it. So I've actually gotten much better at this over time. But so for me, I've taken a lot of courses, and I cannot stand when a course gives you information and no action items. Like, I'm such a checklist person. I will literally create a checklist and put the first item on my checklist is make a checklist just so I can check it off. And so like I like to be a good student, right? Like I like to just go through, like just tell me what to do and I'll do it, right? But like if you take a course and then the person just is talking about this subject and they're like, so here's like, let's say I was going to start an e-commerce store and they're like, here's what an e-commerce store is. And you could have these 5 different types of products. See you in the next lesson. I'm like, but was I supposed to do something? Like what's the assignment? Let me know. Let me do my check mark. And so literally like I like that the way that we've designed this course is that you're always going to know every single lesson. And I would suggest don't move on. There's a lot of you students in here, right? Don't move on to the next lesson. Don't just binge listen, binge action. Okay. Like actually take action on every single lesson, because if you're just listening, then you're going to be at the marketing section. And you're going, oh, this is too scary. I can't do it. Well, that's because you didn't do the action steps, right? Like you have to actually do the assignments, and that's what's going to build up your courage. So that's my favorite thing about it, is that it's just incredibly actionable. And if you guys are current students, go ahead and drop what your favorite thing is too in the comments.
Oh, that's so good. I think my favorite thing, Abby, is that the Savvy system can grow with you, right? Like you start with launching, then you move into growing, and then later you can do scaling. And sometimes, and I know I was the same way, like when we get to the grow section and we're working with clients, we have to stop. Like we don't have time to continue working through the scaling. So we have to take a break. And then we can come back, and the Savvy system is always there. We have students that have been in the Savvy system for years that are still hanging out inside of the group. So I think that's my favorite part.
Oh, I love it. We have some really cool comments coming through that I just have to highlight. Jenny says, I just signed up for the pro 2 hours ago, already downloading, signed up for the Facebook group and going through the first lessons. It feels so good to have taken a step. We're so proud of you, Jenny. Welcome. It sounds like you're already making tremendous progress. We're so, so excited for you. Kayla, wait, is this Mo? Is this Moses? Is who I was just talking to like 30 minutes ago? Looking to sign up now, convinced after the small group call, may plow through a lot of material these next 2 weeks. Big investment, big step, big success. Come on. You are speaking my language. The course is amazing to keep away from shiny object syndrome for sure, man. We are entrepreneurs, which means that we see opportunity everywhere, which is a blessing and a curse sometimes, because if you see opportunity everywhere, it means that you want to pursue that opportunity. So one of the best things that you can learn as is if you're like that entrepreneurial mindset, the visionary, we're like, I see this, I see this, I see this, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. One of the best things that you can do is learn to just say, not now, not now. What is now? Now is, the things that are my immovables. If we're going back to the challenge we did a few weeks ago, my immovables are my family. I'm going to love my family. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to do my 9 to 5 job, and I'm going to hustle at this side business, right? And I'm not going to do anything else. I'm not going to start a podcast. I'm not going to start a personal brand. I'm not going to XYZ. I'm going to put my blinders on and just do the things that are right in front of me, right? So good. What were you going to say? I felt like I almost interrupted you, Rachel. Were you going to say
Nope, you were going. You are good. I love seeing our students hang out with us. I think that just kind of shows how much y'all become kind of part of the Savvy family, right? Like Erica, we didn't ask Erica to be here. We didn't ask Charlotte to be here. Like they're just here because they want to hang out with us. And you're going to find out if you join at the pro or the ultimate level and you're able to come join us in the community, it is like a family. Like we get to know you. We get to see you. It's so fun, like watching some of our students from the very beginning grow, then scale, and then they just keep coming back and sharing these new wins that they're having years later. Or I interact with them on another platform. I saw a former student on LinkedIn the other day, and she just published a book. Like I didn't know that was coming, but it's so cool to see those things happen. And we do become a family and celebrate each other along the way. So I love it.
how many people that have told me like not to do lifetime access? They're like, you're missing out on money because you do lifetime access. You kick people out after a year and then they have to renew. And I'm like, no, we love it. Like it is so valuable to have literally like people who have been in the course since 2016 in there sharing with one another. Like, I wouldn't trade that for anything. It's awesome, right? It's so awesome.
It's so good. I love it. Hey, Abby, I have to run real quick. My kids are having a meltdown, and I don't know what's
I
going
feel
on.
like I hear them outside having a meltdown.
Outside, and Daddy's not home, so I'm going to take myself down. But I'll come back later, y'all. It's
No worries. I got this. Here's
all right.
what I Okay. It's the freedom life, which also means it's the life that can be interrupted sometimes, and we are totally fine with that here. This is the real life thing, right? Here's what I wanted to do. I wanted to show you guys just a sneak peek inside the community. Again, if you are newer to the Savvy system, or maybe you're still considering it, what does it look like? Now, this is only included in the Pro and Ultimate plans, but I wanted to show you just a little sneak peek of what that actually looks like, okay? So again, I'm gonna share my screen here. So this is our Savvy community. Let me take this down. So this is what you get, and I'm an admin, so it looks a little different for me. But so this is the actual Savvy System community, right? And so this is our support squad. This is who you're interacting with on a daily basis. Some of them are in the comments. Hey, we see you, ladies. And so what's so cool about this is that this is a very active community. I mean, I can literally scroll down and let me do new post, or yeah, most recent posts, right? A post 50 minutes ago, a post 2 hours ago, a post 4 hours ago, right? And these are already like getting comments and feedback and things on them, right? Like, how stinking cool. You guys posting your assignments, you coming in. I just enrolled yesterday. There's so much momentum happening inside the group and so much support. I think that's one of the things that I really love about this is, again, it's not just our team. Of course, our team is in here. They're handling things, but it's you guys. It's like actual students, right? Ooh, look at this one. Just in the last 11 hours, Nicole, I got my first client. I can't believe how quickly it happened since taking the leap with this course. I've been wanting to take my bookkeeping services online for a long time. I specifically wanted to help electricians, other tradespeople, because that's the industry that I'm in, right? Like, how cool. We get to celebrate that with you guys. So I just wanted to show you that. We also have events. So if you are a part of the community, you can go over to the events tab. You can see what's happening, right? So the events that are in our on our live group, in our big group, like the Ask Anything. But we also have our accountability calls, our critique calls, and our open office hours that are happening inside of the group. So this is it, right? Like, this is the community. This is what you're getting if you join Pro. And then you can also always type in job op, right? And this, you can sort it by most recent, and so you can come in and you can actually see the jobs that are being posted inside of our community, how you can apply to those. So this is really cool because these jobs, you guys, are jobs that are only getting posted here. These are not jobs that you're finding anywhere else, because people literally come to us. You can go and see it on our website, thevirtualsavvy.com/hire, HIRE. People will come and fill out that form because they want to hire a savvy, right? And that's why we've had many of our students go on to work with some incredible people, right? One of our savvies just got hired by Dave Ramsey to be a copywriter. I mean, like, these are the stories that are happening all the time because people want to hire our people, right? And we produce really, really great results. And we train you how to be not just a VA who can market your services, but one who can do your services really, really well, right? We provide those ongoing trainings. And so we're just so proud. We're just so proud of what you guys go on to accomplish. It's really cool. So I would love to hear. Jamie says the community is one of my favorite parts. And Jamie's been a part. I mean, how long have you been a part of the community, Jamie? You've been with us for years and years. And I love how active you are and how you're always coming back to the community as well. I see Stephanie here joining us. Hey, Stephanie. Stephanie's one of our members as well. So I just wanted to give you that little sneak peek because, again, I think it's really, really cool to see what's happening on a broader scale inside of our communities. All right, if you guys have some questions, I'd love for you to go ahead and drop them. This is a time for us to hang out. Obviously, we're celebrating, we're talking about the Savvy system. For anybody who may have just joined and you are on the fence still about the Savvy system, our fall sale is ending. And so, literally within the next like 25 minutes is the last chance you'll be able to get those fall sale discounts. The course is going up by, you can literally save like $700 on the course by ordering now as opposed to 10:01 tonight. So if you're interested at all, my team is standing by via chat. So you can chat with them. You can also ask your questions here as well. Jamie says she's been in the community 3 years. That's awesome. So cool. So let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again because we took a look inside of the course and we want to share a few more stories with you, right? This is Liz. Liz is a SavvySystem student, but she has gone on to our scaling programs as well. But this was her story when she was first getting started, right? She started the course in month one. A lot of time we get people who ask like, how quickly can I find success? And it's different for every person, right? Some of you guys are going to be able to get your first client like Liz did within the first month. Some of you, it may take 2 months or 3 months, depending if you have a full-time job and other things that you are really juggling. But for Liz, she was able to launch her business in month one and get her first client in month one as well. By month two, the Savvy system had completely, or she was able to pay off the Savvy system. And this is something that, especially for you guys who just joined, if you joined on a payment plan, just so you know, this is like a little secret insider thing that I'm telling you right here. If you join on the payment plan and you are able to pay off in the first 6 months, we will actually honor the pay in full price. If you do the math, it is a little more expensive to do payment plans. Obviously, just like if you put anything on a payment plan, it's going to cost a little bit more. However, if you pay off within the first 6 months, that you're actually getting that pay in full price. So just a little tidbit for those of you who maybe just joined. So Liz was able to pay off the Savvy system within month two, and by month six, she had booked her fourth client. And she says, I'm just under 6 months out from the day I hit that buy now button. And there's no way to overestimate how different my life looks today. We absolutely love Liz's story. We love celebrating not only her story, but each one of your stories as you progress through the course, through our systems. Let's talk about Leah. Leah started her course in month one and she was able to launch her business. Again, with our PACE plans, you get to choose how quickly you launch your business. And she was able to launch her business in month one. By month two, she had booked her first client. By month four, the course had paid for itself. She says, I pinch myself daily and thank God for where I am. I'm a podcast producer, actually building out an agency, currently working with 6 incredible women. I have 4 to 7K months and have a goal to reach 10K by March. And so this is obviously a little bit of an older testimonial. When Rachel comes back, she'll probably know where Leah's at in her journey. She is much better at keeping on top of our students' stories than I am. But I wanted you guys to see just some of these real life examples, right? And what I love, Charlotte says, I love Liz. She's such a rock star. So, so good. What I want you guys to see is just what's really possible if you stick to this, right? And it's not always going to be easy. It's not always going to be easy. There's going to be bumps along the road. Entrepreneurship is not for the faint of heart. So when you hit those hard times, remember Abby's voice in the back of your head. Okay, Abby said like it was going to be hard, right? She said there would be difficult moments, but that's why we form accountability. We have like our circle of people here, right? You guys are all hanging out with me, hopefully just hanging out in bed in your pajamas. That's what I should be doing. I should have on pajamas right now, but I don't. I have on like workout clothes, but you guys were like hanging out together. You guys are you guys are in here doing the thing and you can bind together, and it's really, really powerful to do that because when things get hard, that's what's going to keep you going, right? Remembering your why, remembering, okay, I'm not alone. I know that Abby said that this is hard for everybody, right? This is not just difficult for me. I am not unique in the fact that this is difficult, but I can absolutely keep going, right? Let's see. We have, hey, you're back. Are the kids alive?
Kids are alive. Here's something that I want to share, y'all. And some of you have heard me say this before. I tell my team members, I've told this many times, and I know y'all are watching, and I've told our students before. I don't ever want you to apologize for your children's presence. There are going to be meetings and times where you don't want to have the children in the background and you need to keep them busy with something else. But one of the reasons, at least for me, that I started my own virtual assistant business so that I could be with my children and have them present, right? And so in that instance, I just had to gracefully apologize and exit and take care of the little. Daddy had gone to run an errand and Jackson didn't communicate that he wanted to go with Daddy. And so he was very sad and calling for Daddy. So I just had to go make sure he was okay. He's totally fine. He's hanging out. He's chill. All is good. But it's okay. Like some of those moments are going to come up. And for me, I need to be mommy. And so I gracefully take care of the issue and then I come back and it's all good. So let's continue to party, shall we? Let's continue to party.
Like we get these savvy babies. You were mentioning one of our students is about to take maternity leave. We've got to see, I mean, all of your children are wonderful and they're all so cute, but literally like you had Jackson when he was like
little
and like we've got to watch it. He's like in kindergarten now, right? Like what?
Yes.
What? So these savvy babies. I keep saying that we need to sell onesies in the merch store. I need like savvy baby or something. We need to have like a contest of who can come up with the best like savvy onesie tagline, you know? Because
I would buy one just want to have one.
I know. Me too. I have no plans to have more babies, but
this mama's done. This mama's done.
Okay. Yeah. Jenny said it's a big part of why I joined Pro to have the motivation and accountability. I really want to succeed. Question: how do most savvies handle health insurance? Business owner are their resources. So yes, Jenny, because I know that you are a member of the SavvySystem, I'll answer this question for anybody publicly, but I also want you to know. So again, the course is linear. We want you to go through it just like that, but you can always skip around too. And so there is an entire section on health insurance. Well, it's a little hidden. It's inside of the transitioning to full-time. And so if you have a full-time job and you're transitioning to full-time, so there's a lesson in module 11 called transitioning to full-time. And so we give you a bunch of different health insurance options there, right? For my family and I, when we transitioned to like full-time virtual assistants being our main source of income, my husband quit his job. We did Liberty Health Share for almost 2 years. And so that's a health sharing program. So you just pay a monthly premium. We were each covered, I think, up to $1 million, which is awesome. And so that worked really, really well for our family until we, hired employees and were able to do kind of a group insurance plan for all of our employees. And so there are lots of different options. And so we list a bunch of them in the course. And then there's also usually local options as well, right, Rachel? I've heard you mentioning this lately about like just kind of more state or local options also.
Yeah, depending on where you are, your state, your local governments, there's some really great affordable options that are out there. You just have to do a little bit of research. I think sometimes we get trapped in this thought of we have to follow the only way that we've ever known, right? Or we get a fear of the unknown because, well, I've only ever known this. There are so many options. Something else I've been really intrigued by is this idea of like membership doctors, like doctors that want to leave the insurance world, and you can pay to have a doctor that you utilize all the time. And I have friends that have done that and they love it. And it's comparable to the price of health insurance. And then if you need to get something in addition for big accidents or something like that, so that you have that in the background, you can do that too. So there's options. You just have to dig in and do a little bit of research.
Yeah, there's one called Freelancers Union. Freelancersunion.org is literally like health insurance for freelancers. Now, they only do open enrollment once a year, but their open enrollment is coming up on November 1st. So November 1st through January 15th, you can get into like their group health share program. So they have their own like health share plan that they've bound together with a bunch of freelancers to do. So there's definitely different options. There's healthcare.gov, which is like the government healthcare plan, Obamacare, what people called it back in the day, right? Which is really great for some people. For my family, it was going to be like $2,000 a month out of pocket. And I was like, nope. But for some people, it ends up being really affordable. And so it kind of depends on your circumstances, where you live, what other source of income you have. So, and that's one of the things inside of our courses that we give you lots of different options, right? It's like, all right, check into this, and this, because every person's situation is unique. And so what's going to work for you is going to be unique as well. But there are plenty of options. So hopefully that's helpful. And again, since you are, Kayla says Christian Healthcare Ministries is good as well. That's awesome. So yeah, lots of different options.
For sure. Have you been doing some name shout outs while I was gone?
No, I don't even have the full.
Oh, I've got some names. Okay. So we have Jessica and Ariane and Ruby and Jenna and Keisha all joined since we've been live. Yes.
I think I was on a call with Ruby earlier, actually. That's really exciting. I love that. So cool. This is a good question. Does the course go through, and if I put it up, I don't know if it's all going to come up, how to set up a home office space? Nothing elaborate, but more suggestions for internet, laptop, extra monitors, mental, physical workspace. You know what? It doesn't. No, it'd be a great, we're like, ooh, let's do that. Honestly, what I need to do is a YouTube video on that. That's what I need to do, because I think like a lot of people could relate to that. But what is your, now I'm just curious if you guys.
Well, I'm thinking, Kayla, did you jump into SavvySystem? Because I need some topics for spotlight calls. So once a month, I come in to SavvySystem and we do a live coaching call for an hour. That would be an amazing topic to talk about and plan for. So, be on the lookout. I think that might get on the calendar. In fact, I'm writing it down. I love that idea.
So let's do this. This is a fun little segue. I think you brought up a great question. Let's do a little, what's your home office setup segue? Okay. So those of you who are in the chat, tell me your home office setup. So when I first started my business, literally we were in a basement apartment. I did not have an office at all. So what I did is I set up this little teeny tiny table in a corner of my living room. And that was my spot. I had a laptop, nothing fancy whatsoever, not even a webcam. In fact, the first version of the SavvySystem, you guys, was filmed off of a camera, filmed off of a laptop I bought off of Craigslist with just the regular camera, like no high quality video at all. And it was blurry as all get out, but that information was good, man.
Good. I bought it, y'all. I remember, I can still see the background that you had behind you. Like when you were, I think it's the same one we're talking about. Maybe it was an upgrade version, but there was some like white arches or something that was behind you in your living room. It was good. Still worked.
We were ready. We had green carpet.
I love it. I didn't have an office when I first started. We were actually sharing a house with somebody. And so I didn't have a designated office. It was just a laptop and wherever I would go. One of my goals when I started the SavvySystem was to have a gym membership that had childcare. So what I would do is I would go to the gym. Yes, I would wear my gym clothes, but I didn't always work out. Like I would go to the gym, put the kids in the childcare, and then I would go work in the back corner and sit at the table. Like, hey, 2 hours I could work and the kids were playing. Done.
That's some smart, right? Those of you guys who are like, I've got kids, but I can't afford childcare. Can you do a gym membership if they have free childcare? Rachel has hacked the system, you guys.
Oh, I totally hatched it, but I looked the part too. And then later, like when I got the office, and my office has changed over time, but I love kind of setting it up. I've had a chair, I've had a couch. I do like to leave my desk. Like I like to get up. If I have to do thinking, I'll go either in my chair or I'll go sit out in the recliner or do something else. I think having the flexibility is so great. And if you're fortunate enough to have a designated space, I know one of our team members at one point she had a really big closet, and so she had a cloffice, and it was so cute. Like it was adorable, and it worked really well for her. So being creative and thinking outside the box.
Yeah,
You know.
for sure. I did my business for years and years and years just from a laptop that I carried around with me everywhere. And so now I have a laptop and a desktop. And so I will take my I still, since I'm an extrovert, I still have to like get out of my little office sometimes and go work at a coffee shop or go work with a friend or something. But as far as my home office setup, I literally just moved to this office. So you guys are slowly seeing it transform behind me. It will keep transforming and I'll do an office tour at some point. But my husband and I just put this big desk together back here. You can't even really see it, but like it's slowly coming together. We have a couch over here. You can't even see it, but I can't turn my camera or I would. But and then over time we've gotten things like, so I have a ring light. I have this standing desk now. I love the standing desk and a little treadmill underneath it, which I've used like once. But I'm gonna use it more. So like, I'm actually getting the point where I'm standing more, which is good. So that was like phase 1 for me. But yeah,
here's a question, Abby. Work in bed or not? Can you work in your bed? Can you not work in bed?
Dude, I'm working from bed probably like 3 times a week. Like I am you can't work in bed.
I cannot
all the time.
I can do the recliner or in the chair for a little bit reclined, but I cannot work in bed. I don't know if it's the elbows. I don't know. Emily, I have the team chat over here happening at the same time, watching a sales come in. And one of our team members, Emily, she's hanging out in bed, working, answering customer service questions. So, can y'all work in bed? Yes or no? Let us know in the comments.
Okay, but I also have like an old person.
Oh, well, yes, you do. It's like a recliner.
It's like a recliner. So I can put my bed up. Like I literally, I sleep like I'm 95 and I'm not ashamed of it. So, okay, getting off topic here. Guys, we have 8 more minutes till this fall sale is over. This is crazy. Let's do this. I am going to do a few more of these slides because I want to show you guys a couple more things before we have to jump off here. But let's see here. For anybody wondering, again, kind of what it is, like what are we selling, Abby? What are we doing? This is all ending really, really soon. And maybe you did not get all of the okay, well, I'll do this. Here we go. Sorry, guys. I'm telling you, this new system I'm not getting. So there are 3 options whenever you join. And again, the fall pricing ends in 7 minutes. So for those of you guys who are still considering, this is the time to buy. So standard is the course. So it's what I already showed you. It's those 14 modules, 121 lessons, lifetime access, everything you need to get started, guys. Business in a box. If you're like, I want a little more, I want accountability, I want to be able to make a logo. Oh, SavvySystem.com is the link of it. If you're like, I want to make a logo and show it to people and have them tell me that it's good. Like, please tell me, is my logo good or do I need to change it, right? I need feedback. I want to come to the live sessions. I want those exclusive job opportunities that aren't shared anywhere else. If that's what you want pro. Okay, so the pro option is going to be for you if you want the added lifetime access to the community, the live group coaching calls, those unlimited proposal reviews. And then lastly, we have something called Savvy Vault. It's another product that we have. So this is an entirely different product, but it's actually our tech training membership. So if you're just wanting to learn more tech, we like to call it your back pocket resource for tech. So if a client's like, hey, I'm thinking about switching to Asana, and you're like, I'm taking an Asana course right now. How perfect, right? Because you literally have 70 courses in your back pocket. The goal, and let me emphasize this for any of you guys who are like thinking about for any of you guys who are doing ultimate or thinking about ultimate, my suggestion for you is not to make a goal to make it through all of the courses. Okay, like that's not the goal. I haven't taken all of the courses. I don't know every single piece of software on there because we shouldn't all know all of it, right? You need to go in and you need to slowly learn more skills, but you need to start with the skills you already have. Your business is formed off of the services you can offer today, okay? And then you can learn more as you go along, but do not stop and say, I'm only going to market whenever I know all of this tech. It's just not the way to go about it. So again, we have the standard, which is just the course. We have pro, which is the course in the community. And we have ultimate, which includes those 70 plus tech trainings. My team is standing by at SavvySystem.com if you still have questions. But we have 5 more minutes to join at the current pricing. And again, this pricing, and it looks like I did a little bit of a crazy slide here. My apologies, but is going to be going up in about 4 minutes now. So any other questions that you guys have? Again, Rachel and I are here to support you. We love hanging out with you. And I know we have so many of you guys that are current Savvies that have joined us just to hang out for tonight. And we want to say thank you because it means so much to us that you guys are here, are joining us, and we're rooting for you. Like, we cannot wait to be sharing your savvy stories inside of our on our Instagram, on our socials, and really just in the community cheering you guys along.
Yeah, so good. And I want you all to remember, like I said it earlier, like your journey is your journey. Allow yourself to take that first step. Don't worry about 20 steps, like Abby said, ahead of you. Just take this first step. And if Savvy System is the right fit for you right now, we would love to have you. We would love to help and support you, and watch your business launch, grow, and later scale. So I'm so excited for those that we have that have joined us so far. And maybe you'll be one of those last ones to get at this super price that we have going on for what? 3 minutes. 3
3
minutes.
more minutes, guys. It's the final countdown. Here we go. I can't sing that. Facebook will ban.
I know. It's like, stop.
So good. All right. Any other last minute questions? Kayla says, if you let's see, if you want to be a night owl, do you need to find an international client? So you can, but you don't need to. So here we'll end off with this last question. Here's the cool thing about virtual assistants, guys, is that you can work whenever you want. It's literally like the definition of being an independent contractor is you get to choose when and how you work. And so I do not recommend to anybody having office hours. We're available from 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. No, I'm available whenever I darn please. That's when I'm available. And so obviously you don't say that to your clients, but you get to choose when you work. And so what I would recommend is having like a response time expectation. So I respond to all emails within 24 hours. Or if you want something done in less than 24 hours, I'm going to do time and a half, right? Like a rush fee attached to that. And so it doesn't really matter, especially if you're doing tasks like, now if you're, making phone calls or having to be on live chat, which I would not recommend doing jobs like that because you need to be at the desk at a certain time. But if you came to this type of job for freedom and flexibility, I would say, do things like answering customer service emails, do things like social media. It doesn't matter when you write that blog post for the client, right? And there's lots of tools, even like if you feel weird about writing an email at 3 a.m., there's tools that literally will like send the email like at 5 a.m. or whatever. So you don't. But I mean, anymore, people don't care. I don't care if an email shows up in my inbox at 3 a.m. It's not disturbing me. It's not like I have notifications on, right? So anyways, that was the last question that we took today, guys. It's it. We have 1 minute left. The fall sale is coming to an end. We are so excited. We've had over 200 individuals enter into the course in the last 2 weeks, and we just cannot wait to partner with you guys to grow your business. We're so excited for you. Thank you. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of your life, to be a part of your journey, and we cannot wait to see you succeed.
Oh, cannot wait. And there'll be so many more celebrations happening along the way. We love to celebrate. We're not going to stop.
Yes, that's right. Can't stop, won't stop.
Nope.
Thank you guys so much again. We've really enjoyed being here with you today. And yeah, we'll see you inside the Savvy System.